Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Crow Tarot Show. My name's Matt, and I hope this reading finds you well. I will just go ahead and jump right in by casting some runes from this mead horn. It's a very noisy process, so if you have any sound sensitivities, please turn down your volume in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. All right. Oh, first rune out. Genos. Second, Devas. Third, Ivas. Genos, Devas, Ivas. Okay, so Genos is the torch rune, also beacon. It's the rune of vision and revelation, creativity. And then we have Tivas. It's Tears rune, the god, sky god specifically. It's the rune of honor, justice, leadership. It's also the warrior rune. And then, of course, Ivas, the yew tree, or Yggdrasil. This is tree, or the rune of strength, reliability, trustworthiness, enlightenment. So what I'm getting here is that this is the torch of Tyr brings us to Yggdrasil. It's interesting. It's going to be a rather powerful reading about intuition, magic, maybe someone starting a new spiritual practice, sharpening one. Maybe we are kind of approaching mid-May, so, and also this is a month of two full moons, one at the first and one at the end. So we're coming up on a new moon here soon. Could also be someone who's trying to sort through some issues involving fairness, actually, and needing some insight into this. Maybe someone in your life is being difficult, like a boss or manager or something. Excuse me. Yeah, this will be an interesting reading. I'm really getting the sense again that this is going to be about intuition, but might be something involving authority too. Maybe both. Anyway, let's see what the cards say. Of course, I've smoke cleansed and shuffled these already. Used a singing bowl, but we'll give them a quick shuffle again. And please keep in mind that this is a general reading. So take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm kind of getting a fail there. One more for good measure. Cut. And we will begin. So the querent, the center, the Ace of Swords, the truth. Looking for a fresh truth, maybe a new idea. Again, if this we're looking for inspiration, and this is a great way to start. Let's see what we're crossed by here. It's the King of Wands, so the ultimate in confidence. Maybe we're trying to bring in a new confidence. This is leading back into that idea of maybe we're having some difficulties with a manager or a higher up or somebody of authority in our life. Sitting above us, well, the Six of Pentacles, the card of discernment, fairness, kind of the minor arcana's justice card. And below, the Ten of Cups, the ultimate of happiness. All right. And we're moving away from the Two of Wands, the card of dominion. Well, maybe we've been there and done that. So we're starting something new, or we're moving towards something new anyway. Oh, the Six of Cups, the card of nostalgia, old friendships. Interesting. And in the current energy, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Somebody is feeling abundant, or going to be feeling rather abundant. The ultimate abundance. This is a card of legacy and personal history, really. Personal wealth. And then what others see, the outside energy, the Ace of Cups. So it's kind of the cup that's overflowing, the secret of happiness. And people are perceiving that we're quite happy. And the hopes and fears, the Hanged Man. A new perspective is coming in. Or we're afraid of one. Maybe we're afraid of what we might learn. And finally, Queen of Wands. There's that confidence again. Interesting. So we are crossed by the King and led by ending at the Queen. Another curiosity, let's look at the top and the bottom. So the Four of Cups. So there's something that's being missed. It's the card of ignoring or boredom, really. And at the bottom here, the Hierophant. So the card, the conduit between the divine and the earth realm. That is also what Yggdrasil is. This rune, Ivos, excuse me. It's what connects all the 9 worlds. And this card connects the divine realm and the earthly realm. Very powerful reading. Don't see a lot of indications of intuition, but I do see quite a bit of confidence, which is where that idea that this might be concerning a boss or a manager or somebody like that, someone of authority in our lives, is coming in here from the runes. And we're looking for some guidance here. And I think it's just straight off the bat obvious to me that this is going to require confidence and trusting yourself utmostly. Like, we shouldn't be at all worried about what we might have to do with this situation, if indeed it is something to do with a boss or manager or otherwise authority figure in our lives. So the Ten of Pentacles here, current energy or future current energy, where we would like to be, we could see that as. Right now, we're looking for the right path. We're looking where you've got a want for that truth. And we're just not having the King of Wands here. We just don't quite have the confidence in ourselves that we know which way to go. However, we should. And that's what the Two of Wands here is telling us in the past, that we've gotten to the point where we should trust ourselves. So this is possibly like a test of our confidence and where you need to go. So with the Six of Cups here and where we're heading, where the near future, there might be someone that you know, an old friend, who can help you here. And maybe you are thinking of this person, asking advice. Excuse me, I think that would help greatly. Man, there are a ton of sunflowers here. Wow. Yeah, the number of sunflowers is just amazing. There's 3 on the Ten of Cups. There's 4 here on the Six of Cups. There's 4 here on, at least 4, on the Ten of Pentacles. And then there's another 4 here on the Queen of Wands. So there's something to do with sunflowers. Now they're kind of a sign of, or a symbol of strength and reliability. If we think about their behavior, they watch the sun. They follow the sun. So they're reliable in that. They're almost like a clock in a way. And so this time of year, as being early or late mid-spring, is very symbolic because I'm pretty sure, at least where I'm at, the sunflowers don't really finish blooming until late summer. So maybe that's an indicator of timing for this. And maybe that's telling us that we have some time to really get a grip on what we have to do here. So maybe this is something to do with like a project, and you have to present this to somebody, or an idea that you have to present to someone who's going to be critical. I mean, just inherently. So maybe like a dissertation or something like that. I just don't see any. There's no swords, no. Well, other than the ace, obviously. The center is the ace of swords. So maybe we are looking for an idea, and you've kind of got a deadline here at the end of summer. And right now, if we go back to the runes really quick, right now you've got the torch out, and you're trying to find, well, the sky god. Oh, that's interesting with the sunflowers. That's where the sun is in the sky, isn't it? And so, like, there's a justice sense here, and then also this strength, reliability, this conduit between the worlds of Ivals, the Yggdrasil's rune, the yew tree. Yeah, that's a plant as well, isn't it? Wands and a sword. There is only one major arcana, but we have 2 aces, 2 tens, a king and a queen, and the major arcana being the hangman. That's water energy too. That's Pisces. And then our pentacles, and then I guess 2 wands. But there's definitely an action, but I feel like that action is simply confidence, and it isn't necessarily a direct action. It's almost like an action of your position. It's what you'll do. It's just what you're gonna have to do because of what you do. This in the past is like it's kind of like you've got accolades. You've got a laurel here. It's the card of dominion, and so it's almost as if you've established yourself as something. And now it's almost like you can't rest on your laurels, so you have to think of something new to present. And without so many swords, it's almost like I'm not really getting legal, but I really do feel like you have to this is for someone who's going to present something new to, again, a higher up. So above we have the 6 of Pentacles, and that's the card of discernment. And it's also, the 6 is like an established place. So again, we have our establishment here. We're with the 2 of Wands, the dominion. And then this, and what I mean by established is you've got your pentacles. You've got enough to give out. And so it's almost, maybe you're a writer. This could be something creative, definitely, with the cups and the wands, definitely creative project. Maybe you've got a story due. And it's something that's going, is going to be big. And again, at the top and the bottom of the deck here, it's the 4 of Cups. I almost feel like this is what you're struggling with right now. Is you're just not sure. It's like it's almost there. It's something that's right at the tip of your tongue. And you've got this. But you're just having a hard time putting it into words. And then at the bottom, the Hierophant. And the Knight of Swords is right behind the Hierophant. But that key. You're looking... Maybe you have the key and you're looking for the door to open to this new story, this new project. And yeah, it's just right at the tip of your tongue. And I think it might just be that you need to take into account, you need to almost like looking in a mirror and realizing where you've been. It's like, yeah, there we go. So the king has a wand and the queen has a wand, right? Here in the pictures. 3 lions too, this heavy Leo energy. So confidence and going for it and really, really getting in there and just digging, really fighting. Man, the sun is very prevalent as well. But see, the 2 of Wands is what I mean by going back to these 2 wands. You have them right there. So you have to remember that even if you're not feeling confident about something or you can't quite get that inspiration, you've been there before. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is remembering. This 6 of Cups isn't just old friends. It's also remembering old memories. Maybe there's something that you can go back to, something you haven't thought about in years, an old idea. Maybe that's what this is saying. If you go and revisit an old idea from your repertoire and look at it again with kind of new eyes, and maybe that's what this is. Maybe that's what the runes are giving a hint at. That maybe if you're a writer, maybe it was like a story about something legal, or maybe religious as well, because we've got that conduit with Yggdrasil and the Hierophant here, and so perhaps that's what we're trying to get. And also, this is a God rune. So maybe go through your memory banks, your old portfolio or whatever it is, however you've arranged your past and proof of your work and abilities, and examine things that have to do with like the legal process and religion and something maybe kind of spooky. I mean, like really like a paranormal type of event I'm getting because of this conduit here. Even though this is, of course, a card of tradition. Ooh, there we go again. I'm kind of going back to the basics, isn't it? So yeah, if this is a message for somebody who's struggling, trying to get a creative idea, and you are a creative person, you do this all the time, but it's almost like a bit of writer's block. I think what this is telling us is that we should go to the past a bit, again, and look, and maybe the clues, again, are something to do with legal and religion. Maybe one or the other. It doesn't necessarily have to be both. But with the God of justice, and then Yggdrasil, the strength, the reliability, that thing that's been there forever. And it's wood, too. And, I mean, if you're a writer, there's paper, even though we kind of live in an age where there isn't a lot of, paper, per se, print, I should say. That's still like a symbolic of your craft. Again, Kenos, Tevas, Aivas. Torch, tear, justice, honor, also the warrior. Aivas, the yew tree. Yggdrasil, strength, reliability, the conduit between worlds, just like the Hierophant. Let's get a little more clarification with the Rider-Waite here. It's kind of a quick one, but I think the message is simple, that we need to go back to our past and we'll find this confidence, because you've been there and done that again. We've definitely been there and done that. And coming out in the Queen's confidence and these sunflowers, man, I feel like the sunflower might be a clue too, and the sun as well. Yeah, if you're a writer, that might be exactly what you need to do, is just go back into your past. Examine that stuff. But here, let's ask the Rider-Waite. So, a little more clarification here. This will spit out. I'll try again. I feel like that's too many to start. Okay. Oh, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, let's get some more help here. King of Pentacles sideways-ish. And one more. Oh, Three of Wands. So, the New Horizons card. Alright, so Wheel of Fortune in reverse. That's interesting. Maybe this has to do with the story. This has to do with the idea. And it would be like an ill-fated thing. Not necessarily yours. I'm not getting the idea that this is you. And it might be a wealthy man. Maybe she made a greedy choice. And sent him on an adventure into New Horizons. Maybe he had to get away, even. And while the Three of Wands is definitely like a kind of looking towards something new. In this case, it might be that he's a powerful guy, this King of Pentacles. And again, we're talking about the story here. And he made an ill-fated choice with this Wheel of Fortune. And the problem is he has to set this right. And in doing so, he has to get the hell out of Dodge. And in order to fix this problem that he has created. That's what I'm getting there. Let's get three more. Seven of Wands, defensiveness, so that's kind of tying back in there. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Wands. Strife. And oh, wow. Yeah, so I think that's what this... If you have a story involving a wealthy man who gets himself into some kind of trouble, has to get out of Dodge, and then defend himself due to the strife that he has caused with this. And at the end, he comes out wiser, battered and bruised, but wiser nonetheless. So if we take this away from the story and look at this reading, this clarification, what I'm getting here is if this is less the story or whatever it is you need to produce this creative process. Yeah, if this is less the creative process that you need to pursue or the story, the end result, I think here, Wheel of Fortune in reverse doesn't necessarily mean bad karma or bad destiny. It could mean that I guess actually destiny. That's a good way to look at it. It's not fate at this point, or it's not fate. It's not something you can't help. It's something you can. And the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles here and now. Again, this is going towards more you and this problem of getting the confidence to create this. The King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles on his side is almost like the king who lost his pentacles, or doesn't quite have all 10 as of right now. Needs to go get these 10. And this is where you go. It's a new horizon. And interestingly enough, maybe that new horizon is actually somewhere you've already been, and hence we have a reversal. And no matter what, if this is you, I think you're going to end up having to defend whatever you bring to the table. It's going to cause some problems, because we could read this 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, and I tend to read triplets like this. So, strife, defense, and wounded warrior. The fight's over. The defense is over. We've made it. We've survived the battle. We've learned a lot. and we've come out better. And the 9, we don't have a 10 of Wands, which that's good, because that would indicate this was going to be difficult in a way of like a burden. But no, the difficulties here are, I think, going to come from the outside. And it might be that this, maybe we'll go back to the cross here, and maybe this is also an old friend. It's not just going back into your memory and pulling something old. This is an old friend. Maybe that old friend is this authority figure. Maybe this old friend knows exactly, or rather knows that this is an old idea that you had and maybe abandoned. And maybe you're going to have to defend the fact that you're doing this way. But I think you're going to make it. They're going to really resist, but you're going to make it. And it's going to be it is going to win. The Hanged Man, of course, he's the one who needs the new perspective in that. So he or she, the old friend or the authority figure, will have to is the one who needs the new perspective. That's what you're fearing, is that they're going to get stuck in this Hanged Man and just say, no, 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 I don't want that. We've been there. You've tried that already. But I think this is the time, the right time. The sun and the sunflowers. This is the right time for this idea, this older idea you've had, to come into fruition. So don't back down. This is a message of don't back down. It's going to be kind of tough. And this is all you. This is all you driving. Because the Wheel of Fortune in reverse doesn't necessarily mean bad fortune. I think it means you need to make in this case anyway, it means you need to make your own fortune. Okay. Cool reading. Best of luck in this endeavor. If you found value in this reading, please like and share. Subscribe to the channel, and be sure to share it with someone who might need to hear this. It's very encouraging reading for somebody who's needing a bit of a kick and an idea to get to this 10 of Pentacles. And really all you'll need is this confidence, is to just get this King of Wands in order, and the Queen will follow. You'll be in roses. Or rather, sunflowers. Okay. Well, thank you. I hope to see you on the next one. Take care, everyone.